battle control initialized.
What's up, guys? It's back some more combined arms content. We have something that could have been the finals, but instead it is going to be round 3 of the losers bracket. And this left side playing in a green color this time, it is going to be Stromberg, and yes, he did pick Russia. And his opponent in his traditional maroon-ish color is going to be Whocares, playing as Collector 73, which I think is probably his most played faction, even though he can play any. This is going to be another very intense series. We're on Krakow, 2 old Derricks in the middle here, decent start in eco with your 3 mine start, pretty big juicy double mine expansion. This is kind of like your natural big double mine here, and then a single one kind of off in the corner. We'll have to see what these players want to do. It looks like Stromberg is going to go for 5 rifles into an engineer and try to get that back line. Whocares, on the other hand, he's just going to rush out a few warriors into an engineer into this middle one. So he's probably going to get that old Derrick a little bit quicker. I mean, that engineer kind of running straight out there is kind of funny. It's also kind of funny that he's not on this road, probably making him that much faster, but OpenRA pathing is something. First little engagement going in Stromberg's favor here, but these looks like these next two not going to go in his favor. Kills the barrels up there, which is nice. Oh, almost kills his engineer there with some force fire, but gets away with it. Let's see, we have a War Factory first build coming out for Stromberg and a double ref build coming out for Whocares. He's also pumping out a second engineer here. Gets lucky that this last warrior barely catches that rifle. He is going to scout up here and see that Stromberg is indeed there. So I imagine he is going to go down south, probably check this out. It doesn't look like he has just yet. Or maybe he's going to be very bold and just try to decap this. You know, not terrible to decap. It's going to be more expensive at the same time. It's just going to cause Stromberg to not have that eco, which is always nice. Whocares is setting up a little bit, sending a few rifles down there, which I like to, not just planting them next to the barrels, which is very important. Whocares with the extra advantage there of more units, gonna be able to take this, although he's got to be very careful. His engineer is in front there. Stromberg looks like he tried to tackle it, but did not. Oh, but a BTR is gonna come out. I think Whocares is gonna get away with this. This BTR is just a little too far to get there. Engineer captain in combined arms seems like it's pretty decently fast, even though sometimes when you're watching it, it feels like it takes forever when you're the one trying to capture. Stromberg gonna get his second ref out now. Whocares already up to his 2 refs, getting that War Factory out in just 20 seconds. BTR getting an easy cleanup on some of those warriors, and Whocares is going for a 3rd engineer rather than disintegrator. That's actually kind of unfortunate for him. He's gonna lose a lot of disintegrators here. Gets a nice round on this BTR, but this BTR just really does not care that much. It's probably down to health, but it's killed maybe 4 or 5 warriors, and the more BTRs are coming in, so Whocares is going to lose his entire early game army. Disintegrators are finally coming in, but one shot instantly goes down. He's going to have to be forced all the way back, and that is a huge swing here. 600 over 2,000 for Whocares. Looking a little bit rough. Brilliant early move with the War Factor first and the BTRs there. Oh, gets a little careless here, sticking in, hitting 2 more of those disintegrators, but losing 1 BTR. Might lose a second BTR, maybe not. Gets him out. Would love to see him go with an early SD again, maybe for his air, but again, he is against Grin, so air probably not advised. These BTRs have definitely served their value with all 3 of them. 2 of them living, 2 of them barely alive. Whocares is going to expand on top of his War Factory placement, so very quick move out there, not going for a 3rd ref. Instead, he is just going to expand. What is he building? Harvester first. Stromberg, on the other hand, he has already expanded, already got that ref out, so he's been that much quicker. And he's going to go ahead and decap both of these old Derricks from Whocares, which is quite interesting. Whocares, that 1 engineer going to get in there, so he will be down only by 1 old Derrick rather than 2-0. But he is going to lose that much more income from Stromberg. Stromberg also going up to tier 2 too, and I can see that Whocares is also going up to tier 2. Oh, and we have a Grenadier drop as well with these low health BTR, so high risk, high reward here. If he finds a good angle with them, it could be good, but it will only take like 1 tank to instantly kill, you know, that much value, which is 675 plus the, what is it, 160 times 5, which I don't want to do in my head. It's basically like 700 Grenadiers there. Could be very poorly executed with those 2 low health things, but we'll have to see. There is a plasma cannon being ready, and Nerf Center is going to come out in just a second. Whocares is deathballing. His army is actually surprisingly a little bit ahead of Stromberg. So Stromberg a little bit behind the ball on macroing up after this. Maybe he was just a little bit behind. Needs to probably transfer one of those harvesters too as well. but he's definitely letting Whocares come back a little bit. That early army wipe was actually really nice. Really should keep Whocares down. And these BTRs are going to come in. Oh, they're going to get shot by the plasma cannon. Luckily, that is not the one that was full, and it goes down and kind of serves as a warning. But I think he did see the MC, no, but he did see the tier 2, and that is exactly what he's going to go for as I set it down to 50% accidentally. And Whocares, what does he have this? He's got an alert coming, and he's got 9 seconds left on the plasma cannon, but this tier 2 is going to go down, forces the sell off. Grenadiers just going to waste their shots on the defense, but I shouldn't say waste, but just going to try to kill it before they go down. Came decently close, but does not. But unfortunately, that is going to set Whocares a lot back. He's building another harvester, doesn't have access to intruders anymore, no more I'm drawing a blank on not corruptors, leechers. No more leechers for him, which is I'm sure what he was wanting to build here, do his traditional intruder leecher build. Stromberg on the other side, he's got Tesla tanks out, so leechers and intruders probably a weaker composition against this. It's a very good anti-light composition right now. And I see he's doing his traditional Tesla arcing into Boris, and then expect some Tesla tanks to be coming out after these BTRs. Another war factory is coming up as well. And that should be kind of scary for Whocares. He knows that he's very far behind the ball now. He's still basically on tier 1, trying to get tier 2 out again, but it's going to be a full 20 seconds. And Stromberg is going to get another war factory out, so he's going to be at a whole production outside of Whocares. Whocares has to be very careful when he pushes out here, because if he runs into this, it'll be very, very bad and probably a very quick GG. But we will have to see. Stromberg's still not transferring one of these harvesters, so maybe it could be a little bit more attentive to his eco. He's doing okay up here, and he is expanding on top of this, which is nice, but you know, this is just basically a dead harvester down here, slowing him down a little bit. Looks like he's just screening for his army right now. Not terrible. Whocares on the other hand, just chilling back in his base. Spy plane goes off, doesn't see much. And a scout for Whocares goes down somewhere, because it looks like it was at the oil derrick. Then Stromberg going to go all the way to the crop, and that's actually probably going to be a really good attack. There's still a little bit of tip here for Whocares, and a little bit of value here. Not a whole lot to defend too, and Whocares' army is now down in the bottom, completely out of position. He's trying to go air. I think he's expecting the Tesla track transition. Boris just sitting nice and nestled back there, forces the sell off of the portal, which is really nice too. And here comes the Tesla track death balls. See, there is at least 3 already on the field, 2 more being built. And he's sending in a scout BTR, which I like, just to see if there's an army coming, and indeed there is. And now here we go, here's the big engagement. But the Tesla tanks are there. Boris is also there. There's a little bit of heavy armor for Whocares, which is nice, but here comes the Tesla tracks as well. Whocares is getting eaten alive. Now as soon as they start to kite back, that's when they're going to be really dangerous. But pretty much all of the infantry is gone for Whocares. This leecher, not long for this world as well, instantly gets popped. And now Whocares is basically just down to a single Storm Rider. 16 to 15, in fact, yes, that is his entire army. And it is not going to get a single kill on any of these. And now he is in dire straits right here. Leecher instantly one-tapped by everything. And there is GG. So Stromberg, really good opening right there. A little bit of a careless attack on... Nah, I wouldn't say it was careless. I guess very bold attack with the Grenadiers. They happen to work out, got the nerve center, which really set Whocares behind. And then this attack right here, Whocares just had nothing to do. So Stromberg looking perfect pretty much that game. Nothing Whocares can do about it. We'll have to jump into game 2 and see if Whocares can come back.
Battle control initialized.
Alright, we are back here for game 2. Stromberg once again as Russia, and this time Whocares has picked Legion, so not picking March. I think March would probably be a little bit better against a, well, I guess I was thinking he's Skrin, but maybe Legion is good against Soviets. I'm not exactly sure, but if anybody knows, it's probably Whocares, because he's spent the most time just researching which builds are OP against what, or at least that's how I feel about it. Got a dog opener here for Stromberg too, so once again using those dogs. Did not use them last game, but I think that's just because he likes to do War Factory first on that map. Engineer coming out, getting that backline oil derrick, going into some rifles first. Whocares get an engineer out as well. Looks like he's going to be sending it maybe forward. That's where his rifle's going, but could just go straight down there. Doesn't have to worry about the dogs. I think they might get there in time before that engineer. Just depends on if they stick around with the rifles coming through or not. or if they just get instantly killed by the rifles. Looks like Stromberg is microing the dogs pretty well, since there is a rifle coming, and he's going to be able to secure those. Oh, there, it's nice and neat. Very big advantage of Soviet early game is those dogs. Ooh, and some flamethrowers coming out here for Whocares. You don't see that a whole lot, especially as not flamethrowers. Not really good. A little bit more tanky than rifles, but just don't have the damage that Soviet counterparts do. Unfortunately, I think that dog is going to see them, and yes, you can see how big the radius is. He does see that they're flamethrowers, and that is a free lunch for that dog, despite the explosions. Second attack does not land. Flamethrower kills it, but Stromberg probably just going to be able to rally wrap a few rifles, and yep, you can see him already doing that. Is going to get a second engineer into there. Whocares, just sticking on the one for now. I think that's all he can do. And it looks like he is going for a War Factory first build, so this will be interesting. Stromberg has gone double ref, so maybe an APC coming out here or a buggy. Not a bad idea. Could maybe see reverse what we saw last game. Just clean up a bunch of early army. Flamethrower is going to go in. There is a dog, and I think it is going to catch them. Oh no, he just misses them, but he's got the rifle right there. He should be okay. Whocares is trying to hide him as best he can in those trees. 2 buggies are out now, but there's just not a whole lot of infantry presence, which is probably a little bit fortunate for Stromberg. He's not going to lose too much for these buggies if they get on top of some infantry. Same time, he's pretty well protected. Already got 3 flame towers down, so maybe expecting bikes. And I see the Grenadiers are coming out again, so I'm expecting another BTR drop. I feel like every game I've casted of him has seen a BTR drop, and most of them have been pretty damn good, so I'll have to see how they work in this one. Whocares is going to find a nice clean attack on 4 rifles. Gets out of that pretty good. Oh, and he's got a bike as well, just going to poke away at that old Derek. Not a bad idea at all. I don't think he knows about these defenses just yet, but you know, he's going to be able to get something that he probably is the only thing he can get, unless he gets very lucky here. There we go, the BTR is out right now, so the Grenadiers are instantly loaded up. What is going to be their target right now? Well, looks like Whocares accidentally split and sold the ref over here, which is interesting, but he is going to have those rifles back, which could make all the difference here. And this BTR actually going to find the buggies, which is unfortunate for Whocares, but he actually finds the flamethrowers as well. That is going to be a problem. Another BTR out, so sees the MC move out, which is nice, but these flamethrowers not going to have anything to do. Well, Whocares is getting a nice little engagement here, clean up some more rifles. Unfortunately, that flame tower finding the wrong target at the wrong time to find the second buggy in there. Whocares also going to move out too. That could be dangerous if this BTR gets in. That might make this rifle a little bit exposed, but it does have some rifles there, so it should be okay. It just has to be very careful. BTR can obviously kill those 2 rifles, and those Grenadiers will have a free time. Good scouting here, sees that Stromberg has moved out again to play that MCV, so not going down weird to the bottom. And I hear the bike, yep, it's up here clearing that backside oil deck, which is good. Looks like Stromberg is going to respond with a single BTR. Is the micro going to be there for Whocares to pull this bike away? Don't think it is. It's on top of it, even though the BTR runs away. That's fine, but the BTR back here with the drop is there. Kind of exposes itself. Maybe should have had it on a hold fire, but I think Whocares was ready for it. Neglects not to do it and just runs away. Takes a bunch of rocket damage, but it is going to pin down Whocares a little bit. Maybe fool him into thinking that it was just a scout. We will have to see. Whocares just kind of sitting in the middle of the space. Oh no, but here it is. I've seen this before too. This spot left open. Power plant is going to get sniped right now. Grenadiers are going to deploy. 1 buggy is not going to be enough here, especially if that BTR gets microed, which it does. 1 Grenadier goes down, power plant goes down, and they're going to go into a new, brand new, healthier BTR. Get out of there. That's going to hurt Whocares just a little bit. He's not stopping to build his communication center. Is that going to put him low power? No, it will not, but losing that power plant definitely is going to slow down what he wanted to do. Same time, Stromberg just out here, slowly doing stuff. Those minute 1 flamethrowers finally going down to another BTR. So yeah, Whocares has been once again just kind of thwarted by Stromberg. He's had really good map presence, really good scouting with these BTRs, and nothing that Whocares has been able to do has been effective. Buggies have been okay, but you know, looking at the destroy loss counter, it's definitely in Stromberg's favor. Army values in, I guess it's in Whocares' favor by about 500. So we're in an interesting situation here. He's got a battle tank, looks like maybe to just be on a flanking scouting mission, maybe just making sure there's nothing across his tip field. I feel like with this map though, it's all about the center right here, which there is a rifle scout, but the majority of Stromberg's army is right there. Ooh, and another BTR loaded up with the Grenadiers again, and Whocares moves out at that exact moment. And here we go. I don't think this ref's going to go down. He should get there in time, maybe with the buggy in particular too, but it's actually going to be very close. One more burst from the Grenadiers. I think they're going to do it. And the last Gren does indeed get it. That hurts so much. Whocares is going to be even a little bit further behind now, though he probably can just transfer that Harvester up here and it'll be a little bit better than it would be trying to keep it down there. Stromberg looking really strong in this game again. Just the little drops and the flanks have been keeping Whocares on his toes, giving him all that he can. Battle tank on there. I'm not sure what it was doing. Maybe checking to see something else going on. On the backside of this, I expect, yep, there is the tier 3. And I assume there is the Tesla Arcing and the Tesla tracks. And I assume Boris is probably coming out after this rocket. We'll have to see. Nope, not quite yet, so no Boris this time. Whocares is going to get up to tier 3, and that is important for him. He's going to want that cluster missile, assuming this game goes on that far. He's going to want his own commandos. What else does Legion have at tier 3? Microwave tanks maybe are an answer to Tesla tanks? I'm not sure. We'll have to see what Whocares wants to build. BTR getting the buggy right there and then getting back out. Just retreating. Where is Stromberg's army? It's kind of split. It's fine. Looks like another BTR. I'm not sure if it had anything in it. I don't think it did. But just getting a nice scout of Whocares' base. You can see that Stromberg has seen pretty much everything he needs to, whereas Whocares has seen pretty much nothing. He's got the war factory up here, which is nice, but all this would be nice. There is Boris finally as well, so I think that's probably the go time for Stromberg to start pushing out. He's only got one Tesla track, but the rest are coming out. He's got 2 war factories, so this is going to be very scary for him, especially if he just kind of camps right here. He doesn't really need a hard engage, especially with the Boris. You can just kind of take something. That comm center is actually probably in a very vulnerable spot. Boris could probably sit right here and snipe it, so that you don't really think about. It looks like Boris is moving there, so that we might actually see it. That'd be really cool. Whocares is kind of in a pickle here. He doesn't know which side Stromberg is going to attack, and Boris is going to try to kill the laser turret, but I guess he doesn't quite outrange it, or maybe just that particular spot doesn't. So unfortunate there. I think the comm center would have been a much better target there. There we go. We're up to 3 Tesla tracks now. That's going to be a little bit harder for Whocares to go, and he is sending a bunch of units into his Temple Prime right now, which is really bad timing. I'm not sure if you can unload those or not, but here we go. Big engagement. That's a lot of armor for Whocares, and he has the infantry to back it up. He's going for the crushes. This could be pretty good. Get some good crushes. But now all his armor is gone. The only thing he's got going for him is cyborgs are going to be pretty beefy here. I think he is going to take away that engagement. SSMs do it a little bit of splash damage there, but how does he deal with all these Tesla tracks now? Bucky getting outranged by Rifler. But yeah, that is 5 Tesla tracks. Cyborgs aren't super scary for him. SSMs will be pretty good if they can land a target, but it's all about being mobile or not. 1 Tesla track going down, Harvester going down. Whocares could really use some air right about now. Instead, he is building another advanced power plant, SSMs, and more cyborgs. And I think his economy has stalled. Yes, not having this Harvester back here is kind of a big deal. You can see how much Tibbs actually regrow on there. Only having 1 Harvester up here is pretty big too. And this one going down here is kind of weird. I'm not sure what's going up with that. Maybe he ordered it, maybe he didn't. Stromberg is up to a bunch of Tesla tracks now. There's 7, 6 in this ball right here. I'm sure Boris is considered being coming out again. Yes, he is being rebuilt, and we got some Tesla tanks as well, so that helipad is going to come out for Whocares, but he's in dire straits. That SSM kind of tanking, shooting the wrong stuff, and Cyborg's just getting pretty much one shot. Commando is there, but Commando doesn't have a whole lot of good targets. Boris has plenty of good targets for him with Cyborgs there. This is very hard for Whocares. He really needs some armor, and you don't want to build a bunch of armor against a bunch of Tesla tracks, so he's definitely in a pickle. Let's see what he wants to do to get out of this. I think air is a great way. Dropping the stealth generator there is interesting. Soviets do not have a whole lot of stealth. Boris obviously a stealth detector, so that is nice. But I don't think he can deal with this. And again, he's going to get caught at a bad angle. SSM just not getting a huge attack there. And Stromberg just continuing his death ball. I feel like he's going to push in just slightly, roast a few cyborgs, and get pushed back a little bit. Yeah, if you can just keep kiting Whocares like this, that'll be really good. or just attack here, that'd be really good. Whocares expanding deck down here, which you don't really expect, but I actually kind of like it just because it's going to help secure his base. Apaches are coming out, and there's a few BTRs, so if you can kill these BTRs, this could be good. Oh, and Stromberg just wasting his infantry into the commando. Oh, Boris goes down. The Apache has some targets, but there is the GG. Whocares just getting outplayed by the Tesla Deathball, and that feels like Stromberg has just been deathballing through all of his opponents. I think his only losses have been to and that is kind of crazy, but looks like Stromberg is going to advance, and Whocares will finally go and get knocked out after a pretty respectable tournament. He had some ups and downs, had some really good games, and went up against somebody who was just pretty strong. So that is going to be it for this week, and we will see you all next time.